This is Nathan Peters. We're here with the 1150. I'm going to show you how to use the Lucas device. So stored in the back of the 1150 is the Lucas device. When you get there, open it up. First thing you want to do is grab out the back plate. You're looking to get the back plate center right behind the nipple line. So whether you slide the patient over on their side, get them up. The other reference point to use is get these grip points up in the patient's armpits. That'll get your center where you want it. Come back, grab the Lucas. There's these two finger holes on each side. Doesn't matter which way you have this, pull them and then attach them to the black grips. Now that we've got it centered, let's go over how to turn on. On button is in the gray area. Just have to press it, you'll hear it tone. Then we go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna hit 1 first, adjust our plate, our plunger down onto the center of the nipple line. We just have to push lightly on the chest. Hit 2 to pause it up. Now we have two options at number 3. We have 30 to 2 if we're gonna do bag valve respirations, or we can do continuous if we have an endotracheal tube already in place. So let's do 30 to 2 right now so that you can see this on operation. Once we get this going, that frees up hands. Now we have to put on the neck strap. Pull the neck strap out, throw it behind the patient's neck, and the buckles are attached on the lower part of the plate. You can hear the pause now that we could give a respirations with our bag valve mask. Put on the buckle, tighten it up. What this buckle helps to do is to stop the Lucas device from sliding up and down across the patient's chest. What stops it from coming up is actually the arms and the armpit, but it could also go down. So now that we have them strapped in there, it can't go up and down when we're moving the patient, whether on a backboard, going downstairs, or going out the front door. Other thing that we can lift the patient's arms up, and we have arm restraints. They're just soft restraints. You can adjust them if you need to. Annie's arms are a little inflexible, so let's adjust them there. A normal patient's arms would bend a little bit for us, but we can get those adjusted up. This will make it easier if we have to take Annie down the hallway now. Once we get a secured airway, we do an intubation. We could switch automatically to the continuous compression mode. We don't have to do anything but hit the play button. Now it'll go continuous, and we can ventilate every 5 to 6 seconds when we need to. Say that the plunger does move. What we can do is hit the pause button, hit the number 1, and we can adjust the plunger. We can lift it up off the chest. We can readjust the Lucas device where we need it to, push it back down, go right back into the pause, and figure out if we want to do 30 to 2 or continuous. The other reason that we might pause is if you want to get a good rhythm analysis. You're going to have to pause, look at your monitor, check to see if you have a viable rhythm. Some people have had good luck with the Lucas that patients actually regain consciousness with the Lucas pumping and don't have an adequate rhythm. So what I would do is pause. If the patient regains consciousness, watch your monitor, check the rhythm. You might also notice that the patient's going to go unconscious very quickly, but you should be able to look at the rhythm and go, that's not a rhythm that will sustain life. If that happens, keep the patient going with the compressions, contact medical direction for sedation orders. Now let's talk about the batteries. If this battery starts to run low, in your Lucas backpack, you have a spare battery. If you're gonna do a hot swap, because the patient's here, we're on the way to the hospital, or we're in the ER, we can actually hit the pause button, swap out the battery, and as long as you switch the batteries within 60 seconds, it'll save your settings. Went right back to pause, I can go right back into continuous mode. Now say we're at the hospital, BC gives you permission to leave one guy there. They want to take this up to the cath lab. They're doing CPR for quite a while. Back in your backpack. So hopefully keep it with you. Whoever has the Lucas always keeps the backpack. You can actually charge the battery while it's operating. So on the side of the module, you're going to see the connection. I lift up here. Just make sure you look at your arrows. White arrow on the top, arrow on the connection. Gently plug it in. And in the hospital, you're going to be looking for a red plug. So this is plugged into a generator plug in the cath lab, and you can plug it into a red outlet. That will keep that charged and actually recharge the battery while it's doing compressions. So we get it back to the hospital, we get it totally done, we turn it off, we're gonna pause it, we're gonna go back to number 1, lift up that plunger, and now we can actually turn it off. We have to press and hold the on-off button to turn it off, so it doesn't accidentally get turned off if somebody bumps it. We can take all this off the patient, take it out of the room, and then work on cleaning it. Most of the hard surfaces, you can just use a quick spray, lightly wipe it down. The straps, if we need to, we can actually unvelcro, put through the wash when we get back to station 5. The other thing to consider is this rubber plunger is replaceable if it's damaged. The point of the plunger is actually it sucks the chest back up, helps refilling that heart when it pulls the chest back up. We like to just clean it, so if you need to, just take a spray to it, wipe it down. Don't throw it out just to throw it out. If it's in good use, we're going to reuse it. So we're in the room across from the extractor room in the back of station 5. Up on our back counter is this green battery charger for the Lucas device. One word of caution, these are tough to get out. Watch where your hand is above it. Take it out, put your other battery in. Nice and simple. This battery will charge up. We can go back to 1150, put the Lucas back in service. Thanks for watching, guys.